Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So today we'll be learning about animals from science subject. So everybody, we know how animals are, and most of us we love all pet animals. So let us see like what all animals we have in our planet and how they are. And like plants, animals are also found all over the world. They live in the deepest oceans and on the highest mountains. So, like plants, animals are also found on all over the world. No, as we have learned about plants, so we have got them on every different region on this planet earth. Same like that, animals also, they live all over the world. Okay, they are also living beings, and they live in the deepest oceans. So they live in the deepest oceans and on the highest mountains. So deepest oceans is a different area and highest mountains are different area. So what we are trying to say is that they live everywhere all over the world. Okay children, and now they are found in the hottest deserts as well as in very cold places. So they also live in hottest deserts. If you see here, so this animal is living in desert, and these animals are living in cold places. So where they are able to bear the hot temperature in the desert and the very cool temperature in cold places. Okay children, so we find them everywhere, and the surroundings or the environment in which an animal or a plant lives is called its habitat. So already we have learnt about habitat. So what is it? The surroundings. The surroundings or the environment, in the sense the place and the atmosphere where an animal or a plant is able to live, it is called as habitat. Okay, and so wherever it lives, a particular animal lives, we say that it's habitat. No, the animal's habitat is that particular place. We know that plants and animals living in different surroundings adapt themselves to survive in their surroundings. So we also learned that about adaptation of plants. No, so same likewise. So even the animals also, they are living in different surroundings. No, and wherever they are living, they are able to make themselves comfortable or convenient to make their life possible in that particular surroundings. Okay, so that we call it as adaptation. So the animals living in different surroundings adapt themselves, they get themselves adjusted, okay, to survive, to keep themselves alive in their surroundings. No, even as we said, they are living in hottest deserts, they are living in cold regions, no, and hilly areas and even ocean areas. So if you see, all these particular areas have got different climatical conditions, but animals are living there. So in the sense, they are adapted that particular atmosphere or the surroundings. Okay children, so here if you see in the picture, you like even in the farm there are animals. So in the forest, here the wild forest animals. So ocean, so you can see such type of animals. At home, like pet animals, domestic animals. No, here also jungle and even desert. So these are all what the different places. No, so everywhere you can see animals. According to that places, we have different type of animals living there. Okay children, so they adapt themselves to live in all these areas. Okay children, now the earth has many habitats. There are cold mountains, icy cold polar region, wet and thick rainforest, hot and dry deserts, rivers and salty oceans, open grasslands. So what are these habitats children? These are the places actually. Like habitats is, like we say, animals habitat is their home, plants habitat is their home. In the sense, they do not have a structure like home, how we live, how we do have, but the place where they live. Okay, so the earth has got many type of such places, different places, which makes the habitat for the plants or the animals. Okay, there are cold mountains. How are the mountains? They are cold, and they are icy cold polar regions. So you have got polar regions which is always covered with ice and snow. It is too much cool. Okay, and wet and thick rain forests. So you have got thick and wet rain forests. No, so there will be always raining. The forest, it always receives rainfall, and it is very thick because of so many trees in the forest. And you have also have hot and dry deserts. How are the deserts, children? They are very hot and they are very dry. Hot because of maximum temperature, and dry because less amount of water, minimum amount of water. So rainfall is also very less in desert regions. Okay, and you have also got rivers and salty oceans. Why we call oceans as salty ocean, children? Because the water in the ocean is salty. So that is why we call them as salty oceans. And open grasslands. Open grasslands in the sense like meadows. So it is grass filled with grass, the land area which is filled with grass. So these are the different types of habitats which are available on the earth. And you can see, so animals and plants living in these areas. Okay, and according to their habitats, animals can be classified into two types. So as we learned, even for plants also, so according to their habitats, like where do they live, so according to that, so even animals can be classified into two types. So what are the children? They are terrestrial animals and aquatic animals. Terrestrial. Terrestrial means what, children? Which live on the land. Aquatic means which live in the water. So there are two types of animals. What are they? Terrestrial animals and aquatic animals. So if you see, children, here in the picture, so all these are terrestrial animals. Are you able to see here? Hare, zebra, tiger, rhinoceros. Okay, all these. So these are terrestrial animals which live on the land. And these are what? So I hope you guess. Yes, these are water animals, that are aquatic animals. Clear, children? Now, so we'll learn about the animals which are living on land. So how are they? The animals living on land are called terrestrial animals. Yes, and their bodies are suited to live on land. So how is the body of the terrestrial animals made is, so which is suitable to live on the land area. So that type of structured animals are called as terrestrial animals which live on the land. Okay, their body is suited to live on land, and they breathe with the help of lungs. How do they breathe, children? With the help of lungs. Even we also breathe with the help of lungs, no? So even animals also, they breathe with their lungs. Some of them have sharp teeth and claws to catch their prey. See here? Are you able to see here? This is a picture of a lion. So how it is? So it has got sharp teeth. And see here the claws of a tiger. How it is? It has got sharp claws. No. So because of this, they are able to catch their prey. Prey is here nothing but their food. And what type of food they'll take? They take non-veg food. Like they kill animals, even they kill human beings, and they eat the flesh of the bodies. Okay, so to eat them, to eat their food and to catch their food, they have got these sharp teeth and claws. So in the sense, like their body has got this type of features to live on the land. Clear, children? So what we have learned here, that they have got lungs to breathe, and they also have got sharp teeth and claws. Some animals have got sharp teeth and claws to catch their food. And most of them have legs to move, which also help them to run fast to catch their prey or to protect themselves. So here in the picture, if you see children, this is the picture of what? Horses. Okay, running horses. So most of them have legs to move. No, all the animals, most of them, they have legs to move. So why do they have legs? To run fast to catch their prey, that is their food, or to protect themselves. So two purposes. What are they? To catch their food or to escape from their enemies, to protect themselves. So if somebody or if somebody is going to catch them, so they have to escape from them. So for that they have to run fast, no, to protect themselves. That is why they have got legs to move. Suppose before only I said that tiger or lion, they eat animals as food. No, suppose if a tiger or an animal or a lion has seen horse or donkey or zebra, some other animal, so definitely it will try to catch this. No, and these animals, so they have to escape from that tiger or the lion. So they have to run fast to escape. No, so that is why they have got legs which make them to run. And even these animals, they have to get their food. No, how? They have to go to their food. So because for that also they have got their legs, and their senses are well developed. Their senses are well developed. This helps them to look for food and escape from enemies. So their senses, they can smell very well. Because of this smelling capacity, so this sense of smelling, so they can look where the food is, and they can also escape from the enemies. So not only smell children, even their vision, that is eyesight, all sense organs, hearing with the ear. So ear, okay. So all the sense organs like eye, ear, nose, tongue, and all this. So they have developed very well in the animals. So because of this, they are able to get the food, and they are able to escape from the enemies. No, so when they are eating, so if they hear any sound of any animal or some other thing which is going to harm them, so they'll just run fast from that particular place to get protected. So this is how they escape from enemies. Clear children? Okay. Now lion, cow, camel, deer, buffalo, tiger, etc. are terrestrial animals. So what are terrestrial animals, children? We have got so many terrestrial animals around us. But for example, you can say lion, cow, camel, deer, buffalo, tiger are some of the terrestrial animals. And some terrestrial animals like snake and earthworm crawl. Even snake and earthworm also are terrestrial animals. Like what are all the animals which live on the land are called terrestrial animals. But again, these animals are of different types, okay, and they have got different features. So some terrestrial animals like snake and earthworm, what they do, they don't have legs to run. So they'll crawl. They'll crawl on the ground. They cannot run. So this is another type of feature of some particular animals. Clear children? Like a baby of a human being, how it crawls? Now how we crawl when we are babies, same like that, the snake and earthworm crawl on the ground. And now about adaptation. So what is adaptation, children? So adaptations are special characteristics and mechanisms that animals have developed over the years to help them survive in a particular environment. So adaptation is what I said before, like, so they have got some special characteristics, special features and mechanisms that animals have developed. In the sense, they have got some particular features which makes them able to live in a particular environment. So environment is again of different climatical conditions like hot, cool, rainy, all this type of environments. Okay, so from so many years, over the years, from past so many years, from their birth till now, so they are able to survive in that particular environment because of their special features. So this is known as adaptations. So where they are able to live comfortably. And in the polar regions, so animals have to face harsh winters. So what happens in polar regions? How are polar regions, children? So very cool and always covered with snow. Have you seen here in the pictures? So these are all actually polar animals. So if you see behind every animal, you can see the snow and fog in the pictures. So these type of animals live here, like leopard seal, penguin, Arctic wolf, walrus, Arctic fox, polar bear. Arctic region is nothing but polar region which is towards the south of our planet. Okay, so this is like in the polar regions. So these animals have to face this cold winters, harsh winters. So normally the area is very cool. When winters come, the snow is much harsh. Okay, so they have to face, animals have to face this cold climate in winters. Animals living in these regions have thick hair coat on the skin and fat under it keep them warm. So how do they protect themselves, children? So they have got thick hair coat. In the sense, they have got much hair on their skin, much hair on their skin, and under the skin you have got fat. Okay, and because of this their body remains warm. Body remains warm, so they will be get protected from the coldness in the environment. And such animals are polar bear, penguin, yak, etc. So as you can see here in the pictures, children, these are some types of polar animals. And how they are able to protect themselves in the winters here? So because of their skin where it has got thick hair and the fat under the skin. Okay, so this make them to keep warm for their body. Okay, clear? Now we'll see about the desert animals. How are they? Animals living in a desert have skin with less hair. See here, it is completely opposite to the polar animals. So desert animals have got less hair. And camel lives in desert. What type of animal you can see, children? So camel. This lives in desert. Fat is stored in its hump, and survive without food and water for days. So how this animal is able to live in the desert is here in its hump, this region we call it as hump, an elevated body part on the back of the camel, we call it as hump. So here fat is stored, okay, and the hair is less, fat is stored. And because of that, even if there is no food and water in the desert for so many days, because of this fat, this particular animal is able to live in the desert. So this is what we say as adaptation. In the sense, it is adapted to live in that particular climate because of these features. What is the feature here? It has got a hump, and this hump has stored with the fat as its food and water. And because it has less hair, no, so this is able to protect it from the heat. No, whereas much hair is protecting from the coldness in the climate for polar region, and for the desert animal, that is camel, less hair is protecting the animal from the heat. Clear, children? Now we'll see about the different types of animals here, and here you have aerial animals. Aerial animals. So what are they? Animals like birds and some insects live maximum in air. So their bones are light and hollow to make their movements easy in air. So they fly with the help of wings. So what are aerial animals, children? Animals like birds. Where do they live? Okay, where do they live, children? They live in air. Okay, birds and some insects, they live in the air, maximum in the air. And how are their bones? Their bones are light and hollow. So actually the birds which they live in air, they'll just fly. They have got wings to fly. No. So how, because of that, how are their wings made? So their bones are made of lightweight and they are empty. Okay, so that their movements of the wings make them easy to fly in the air. Okay, they fly with the help of wings. So as their bones are light and empty, so they are able to fly high in the sky with the help of the wings. These type of animals are called as aerial animals. Clear, children? Now, what about arboreal animals? Animals spending maximum time on trees are called as arboreal animals. So, what are arboreal animals, children? Which spend maximum time on trees. No, we are very familiar with such type of animal. What is it? The monkey. No, the monkey. No, how, where does it live? It maximum lives on trees. So these type of animals, like here chimpanzee and gorilla, these type of animals are known as arboreal animals. So they have opposable thumb to hold branches of the trees, in the sense like as we have human beings like thumb on our hand with all the four remaining fingers, even these animals have this opposable thumb to hold branches of the tree. So when we hold any object, when this particular animal holds any object, so the thumb stays opposite to the fingers for the same hand. That is called as opposable thumb. Clear, children? So what are arboreal animals? Which live on trees. What are aerial animals? Which are like birds, animals like birds, insects, and which live in the air. Clear? So these are aerial, which live in the air, and arboreal are which live on trees. Clear, children? Now let us see other types of animals. So aquatic animals. Aquatic animals means which live in water. Now aquatic animals live in water. They have streamlined body to swim easily in water. So how is their body? It is streamlined. So they have streamlined body to swim easily in water. They have gills as breathing organs. They do not have lungs as the other animals have. Okay, what do they have to breathe? They have gills. Okay, they have gills as breathing organs. And now whales are aquatic, but they have lungs for breathing. But again, children, in this aquatic animals, whales, they have lungs. Whales are very big aquatic animal. If you have seen, so they are so big in size, and these particular animals, aquatic animals, have got lungs for breathing, whereas other animals, that is aquatic animals, they have gills. Like for example, our fish. No, here you can see the picture of seahorse. No, this is a whale. This is a whale here. Okay, here is again a fish type of animal. Okay, these are all having gills, whereas whale has got lungs for breathing. And what are amphibians? Some animals can live both on land and in water. So such type of animals are called as amphibians. So what are amphibians, children? Which live both on land and in water. Clear? Like if you see here, frog and salamander are the some examples of such type of animals. So how are they? How do they breathe? They breathe through their moist skin when in water and through lungs when on the land. So how do they breathe, children? Through their moist skin. In the sense, moist in the sense like wet, their skin is wet. Okay, so when they are in water, they breathe through their skin, and when they are on the land, they breathe through lungs. Okay, children, so this type of animals which live on land and water are known as amphibians. Clear? Now we'll go to the next slide. It's like eating habits of animals. So every living organism takes food. No, will take food. So plants take food, animals take food, even we human beings take food. No, like what are the eating habits of animals? How do they eat? Animals cannot prepare food by themselves. They eat plants or other animals. So how are animals taking food, children? They cannot prepare food by themselves. Okay. Then what is the food? They eat plants or other animals as food. Clear? So like as we said, tiger is going to eat another animal as food, and cow, such type of animals take grass and leafy vegetables, no, as food. So like that they'll take their food. And here again, by their eating manners, again animals are divided into some types. So let us learn about the herbivores first. So herbivores, okay. Animals like cow, buffalo, goat, camel feed on grasses, leaves and grains which are purely plant products. So if you see, children, the name itself says that they eat only plants. Herb means what? Plants, small plants, no? So here animals like cow, buffalo, goat, camel. So how do they get feeded? Feeding is nothing but taking food, no? How they get their food? By grass, leaves and grains, and which are purely plant products, which come through purely plants. No, here there it is a completely vegetarian food. They are not going to take any animal food. In the sense, they don't eat any animal or any non-veg type of food. These animals are called plant eating animals or herbivores. So such type of animals which eat only plant products like grass, leaves and grains are called plant eating animals or herbivores. What are the, children? So they are known as herbivores. Okay. Herbivores have flat, broad teeth to cut the leaves and grasses. So if you see, children, in the picture, you are having this herbivores like cow, buffalo, camel and all that. So to eat the grass, they have to cut the grass first. So even we, to cook our food like vegetables and all that, first what we will do, we'll cut the vegetables into pieces with a knife, with the help of a knife. No, same like that, even these animals, they have to cut the leaves and grasses. No, for that, what do they have? They have a flat, broad front teeth. If you observe the teeth of a cow, buffalo, so they'll be having a flat and broad, big front teeth. Okay, and by this they are able to cut the leaves and grasses, and after that they chew the food with the help of strong back teeth. And what do? They chew the food, and with the help of strong back teeth. See here, you observe that they cut the grass and leaves with their front teeth, which are very broad, okay, and they'll chew the food with the help of the strong back teeth. Okay, so with their back teeth. So this is how they eat their food. Now children, now we'll see about the carnivores. Carnivores are nothing but dog, lion, tiger, leopard, etc. eat flesh of other animals and hence called flesh eating animals or carnivores. Okay, carnivores, sorry. So what are carnivores? Dog, lion, tiger, leopard and some other type of animals like this. They eat flesh of other animals. Flesh of other animals. If you see here in the picture children, so these are all carnivores, in the sense they are all like flesh eating animals of other animals, okay, and hence they are called as carnivores. And these animals have sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh, as our cows and buffaloes like herbivores have the broad and flat teeth. Here these animals have sharp pointed front teeth. They are having, see, if you see here children in the picture, so they are having a sharp pointed front teeth to tear the flesh. To take the flesh. No, we cannot take the whole animal as food. Even that also has to be cut into pieces or to be teared into pieces. Yes or no? So with the help of their sharp teeth, they are going to tear the flesh, and they chew flesh with the help of strong, broad, flat back teeth. Same here also, they chew the food, that is the flesh of the animals, with the help of the strong, broad and flat back teeth. So animals, so how do they eat? They'll just cut or tear the food by their front teeth, and they are going to chew that food by their back teeth. Clear children? Are you able to understand? Yes. So whatever pictures you are having here in our slide, so these animals are carnivores, that is flesh eating animals. So until then, we are concluding here. So we'll be continuing tomorrow in the next class. Until then, take care and stay well. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.